Let's talk about six, baby. 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 Let's talk about all the good things. Let's talk about all the bad things. Let's talk about six. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. Thiago ready to tackle Coutinho. His move to Liverpool looks like it is looming on us. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge coming out in an interview saying he saw Thiago looking at the Allianz and its beauty, the little donut, the white powdered donut, and he looked at it and it felt to him like it was a goodbye. Well, and then he also said that Liverpool had no contact with Bayern yet. So hopefully in the next 2 weeks we can start getting contact, because the season starts in literally 2 weeks. So we need all that done. I think, you know what? Thiago won the Champions League. There's absolutely no bad blood. I wish him all the best. If he actually ends up going to Liverpool, I mean, look, Liverpool have to pay the money. Bayern have already said we are not going to be a summer sale, okay? Mate, we're champions of Europe. Not anymore, you Merseyside people. Not anymore. Bayern Munich are champions of Europe, which means we're not going to hold any player to, be like a summer sale. Get one, buy one free. I don't know. Buy one, get two for free. That's not what's going to happen. Buy Thiago's head, get his legs for free. Not going to happen. We need the money. Well, we don't actually need the money, which is why I think if Liverpool don't pay at least the 30 million that Bayern are looking for, and I don't think Bayern would budge on that. That's 30 million for Thiago is literally peanuts. You're spending peanuts for a player. So it looks like if Liverpool pay the money, Bayern would let him go, and it looks like it could be the case. And I don't have any bad blood with Thiago. His goal coming here, I mean, he's been saying it, win the Champions League with this club, and this is his club. I don't care if he leaves us, and he's 29. We got the best Thiago, right, in the next 2 years, maybe 2-3 years left at the top as a top best midfielder in the world. We got the best years of Thiago. He's probably one of our best and most gifted midfielders of all time. He's up there with Lothar Matthäus. He's up there with Bastian Schweinsteiger. He's up there, man. Thiago is probably he's a club legend. I don't care what anyone says. What he does on that pitch is magical. He's been doing it for the last 7 years, and I absolutely, I love this guy, and I hope he can go to Liverpool and have all the fun in the world, because he already won the Champions League here. I'm not going to be upset. I'm not crying, because he did it. He won the most prized possession that I always wanted him to lift. And guess what? He did it under the weirdest circumstances. He played the toughest teams. He played his former side, Barcelona. He played Paris Saint-Germain. And one of the criticism that Thiago always gets given by the media is that, he doesn't perform in the big games. He performs in the league, but not in the big games. Well, he proved all the haters wrong, because he did it against every single opponent we faced to this Champions League win. He won a treble, and I wish him all the best. I wish he could stay, but it looks like if Liverpool don't pay the money, he will stay. I don't think Bayern would be accepting 15 million for Thiago after he just won the Champions League. He's still 29, still in his prime. I think Bayern would demand a lot of money. And Christian Falk was saying something pretty interesting. He did say that Liverpool have to pay the money. Bayern have an agreement with Thiago that if Liverpool pay the money, Thiago can leave. So it's not going to be a situation where Thiago is going to force a move out. That's not going to happen. He's not going to hand in a transfer request to the club that he actually loves. No matter what you think of Thiago, the passion he gives every single thing on that pitch. And what the hell? Why did no one tell me, man? Why did no one tell me? Well, the passion Thiago gives on that pitch, I'm proud of him and everything that he has accomplished at Bayern, and there's absolutely no bad blood between me and Thiago. I think there was, when I found out that he rejected a new well, he won the Champions League. Who cares? And I hope he can go and have a nice future somewhere. Because here's the thing with Thiago, is he's just a great guy. He's a great person. He keeps to himself. He never really gets in trouble. I don't know. I think for him, Falk said it in his interview, which another interview by the United Stand. Christian Falk said, Thiago, and what I was pretty much suggesting was that maybe Thiago felt like, dang, I'm not the star. Because at Bayern, you can't be the star, right? He's not the star of our midfield. We have a new gem in Joshua Kimmich, Leon Goretzka, Cousins is coming through. So maybe Thiago felt like, I'm 29, I'm not really the star, and you can't be the star at Bayern. Philipp Lahm wasn't the star. Bastian Schweinsteiger wasn't. There is no star at Bayern. Maybe at United you'll see Pogba be the star, but at Bayern Munich, no one's a star. Everyone is in a team, and if you don't want to be part of that team, for whatever reason, we sell you. Toni Kroos wanted more money, we sold him. And it just so happens that Thiago maybe felt like, hey, maybe I can end out my career and still play for one of the best teams in the world. And if there's a club I want Thiago to go to, it's Liverpool. You know, they have a great atmosphere. I want Thiago to be at a similar club to Bayern. And Liverpool is that club, you know, a family club. I want him there because he fits their philosophy. And, you know, I don't mind Liverpool. Even though they beat us, you know, it's a club that you can't hate. You know, I'm just waiting for Klopp to come out with some scandals on him or something where he beats people. I don't know. I want Klopp to some terrible news to come out about Liverpool players so I can have a bad thing to say about them because they're flawless. Salah keeps to himself. Mane keeps to himself. Firmino, he looks a little bit sus sometimes, but he keeps to himself. Alisson, I follow him on Instagram. He's just such a good guy. I mean, Liverpool have... Van Dijk is one of my favorite defenders. I don't mind Liverpool. I really don't mind them. So I'm happy that Thiago is at least not going to like a Chelsea just because of money or a PSG just because of money. He's going to a club that he can fit into. And the same way that Bayern are the club that he, you know, fed here. And then, I mean, look, it's fine. It's fine with me. So Liverpool need to pay the money, though. If they don't, he'll stay and leave for free next year, which is fine with me because he's 30 and Liverpool get less time with him and we get more time with him. But they need to pay that money. And Bayern have already said we won't be doing a summer sale. So it looks like there are no negotiations. I don't know where this Fabrizio Romano thing came, because Karl-Heinz Rummenigge just said Liverpool haven't contacted Bayern yet. They may have contacted Thiago. Hansi Flick said Thiago didn't decide yet. People, you know, this is the news thing for you. People think Fabrizio Romano and every word he says and utters is fact. That's not the case. Fabrizio Romano has gotten a lot of things wrong, except we won't see that because he gets all the, you know, tap-in merchant. He's literally Cristiano Ronaldo. He stands in front of the edge of the box, and then when the cross comes in, he just taps it in. That's what Fabrizio Romano is to me, because he never really, you know, I bet you he only really says confirms stories that everyone knows. I don't know. It just, no one cares anymore. I think, you know, the links to everything. You know, we know Thiago would like to leave Bayern, or he is considering it, but I don't think there's a contract ready with Liverpool. I don't think that's ever the case until you sign the player. You know, Thiago's not going to agree personal terms with Liverpool, who haven't even contacted Bayern yet. Thiago had to have told Liverpool, you have to pay the money. I'm not going to force a move out. Thiago won't force a move out. So we're seeing a lot. I mean, you know, you just see the media, man. And I think, you know, I'm happy. I'm happy with Thiago. I'm happy that he performed so well for us in the Champions League. I'm just optimistic. You know, it's not like, you know, I'm saying, we're not going to miss Thiago or he's crap. No, he's absolutely amazing. One of my favorite players in the squad. I wear the number 6 on my jersey for a reason. It's not just because it's my favorite number, because Thiago wears it and I like him. I really like him as a person. He looks like a really good guy. And I don't have a bad word to say about him. There's people that are going to call him all these names. But, you know, the one thing that annoyed me that he may or may not have done was basically just reject the club's contract and let all the work. And, you know, the timing of his move is really weird because it's in the middle of a pandemic. But we can't do anything but accept the facts, and that's that he wants to leave, and if Liverpool pay the money and actually start contacting Bayern, then he can go. He can definitely go. I'm just removing I'm just removing all this stuff. Yeah, I don't feel like let's remove his number 6. He never wore the number 6. You know what? Let's remove the Bayern jersey too. Let's remove the Adidas logo. He's now a Nike player. Let's remove all this. Yeah, let's remove the Bayern logo there. Yeah, I mean, look, that's life, you know. Players will want to move and want different experiences, and Thiago definitely deserves it. You know, he did exactly what I wanted him to do here in his last day, and that's win the Champions League. Imagine his last match is a Champions League winning match, and you know what? I don't mind him. I don't mind him going to where he wants to go finish out his career. Because look, the guy's 29. I bet you the only reason he wants to move is because he feels like, hey, I'm done. My career's over. Because at Bayern, you know, people think we're going to like spend 10 years trying to replace Thiago. No, we'll probably find a player. I mean, Mikel Cousins will probably just fill his boots in terms of his, ability on the ball, his dribbling and pressure alleviating passes. I don't know. We'll see it, man. We'll see through it. But we have to make sure that we get the money. And I wouldn't accept anything less than 30 million. If Liverpool want him, they get him. Apparently, like I said, Hansi Flick said Thiago didn't decide yet. And Karl-Heinz Rummenigge just said Liverpool haven't contacted Bayern. So all these reports about deal agreed, there's no deal agreed. Bayern want the money, Liverpool pay it. It's up to Liverpool. That's it. If Liverpool don't pay the money, I'm sure Klopp will be moaning for an entire year, because Jurgen Klopp, look at what he did with Liverpool and with such limited resources. They had to sell players to buy players. So if Liverpool don't do it for their manager, then, I don't know. They didn't do it with Timo Werner, who you could argue they probably needed more than Thiago in terms of a striker that can score goals and give Firmino competition while also being adequate enough in the wings. They didn't do Timo Werner. Didn't do it. They wanted Kai Havertz to look like. They didn't do it. And you could argue that Liverpool needed both those players more than the latter, which is Thiago. So, if Liverpool didn't pay for Timo Werner, how are they going to pay for Thiago? And that's not really my care. I don't really care if Liverpool buy Thiago. In fact, I don't want them to. I want the negotiations to break down. I do. Duh. But yeah, we'll see what happens. The reported fee is 23 million that Bayern are not asking for 23 million for Thiago. I'm sure we'll be asking. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge literally said he laughed at the fees that were circulating in the news. He said it with his mouth. He laughed at the fees. He said there will be no summer sale. If a player wants to leave, the club that they're leaving to has to pay the money. I don't care if Thiago has a year left in his contract. He could be here for a year. He'll be 30 next year, and we'll be fine. We'll be fine with him. It's not like we were going to spend Thiago money on any other player. We'd never do that. Bayern only spend money that we have. That's it. So if we never had money, we won't spend it. And I don't think Thiago and 30 million changes that. We made what? I think we recorded the most revenue for a Champions League campaign with this Champions League win here in this year, I think. Yeah, we won't spend any money yet. That's it. That's how Bayern are. We won't spend money like that. We won't buy Mbappe. We won't spend Thiago's money on some 50 million signings. No, we don't need that. We don't need to really sell Thiago. We don't really, if Alba leaves for free next year, we won't need to. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. So, Liverpool have to pay the money, and it's not 23 million. If it was, they would have paid it a long time ago. It's not. It's probably more than 30 million. It's probably 40 million. I said it. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge said there won't be a summer sale, and that's true. Bayern are the club that walked out on PSG. PSG didn't show up to the negotiations, and Bayern Munich just increased the price for Boateng, and PSG 1 year later sacked the director of football. We did one thing 2 years after the negotiations for Boateng. We took one of their best young up-and-coming center backs, who was going to be their Thiago Silva replacement, for free. So there's really no negotiate hardball with Bayern, because we're not the ones that want the player. Liverpool is. So this is negotiation. If you want something, you go buy it. Liverpool aren't going to pull up to Bayern like, you have a year left in his contract. Although you're one of the richest clubs in the world, we're going to make sure you give us a lower fee for your player that you want to keep and wouldn't mind losing for free. And that's the facts. We wouldn't mind losing Thiago for free. I wouldn't mind it. Keep Thiago ready to tackle. It would even be better next year, because he'll be 30, and then I would just feel better about it. But he's 29. He's like, just 1 year less than 30. So in my mind, I'm thinking, oh my God, we're going to, if he's 30, I'm like, okay, fine. He's going to Liverpool. That's fine. 30-year-old Thiago. But, the thing with Thiago is, what's his birthday? It's like in March, right? Thiago, it has to be 29, good age. April 11th, right? So, if he leaves for free next year, the summer in July 1st, look, he'll be 30, a few months into his 30th birthday. So I'm fine with Thiago leaving for free. In fact, I'll encourage it. Bayern, let him leave for free. Because if Liverpool won't pay the money, then, I mean, look, you know what? Bayern telling 9 million euro U-turn over Thiago fee in huge Liverpool boost. So you're telling me what? So basically, I just read the stupidest. So you're telling me Bayern just won the Champions League with Thiago, and reduce his price. No, in fact, if anything, we probably increased that price. Um, yeah, so yeah, that's it. We just won the Champions League. He's gonna be more expensive, so Liverpool are gonna have to pay the money for him unless they won't want him this soon. I mean, he wouldn't be bad next year. He'd just be 30 years old, and I don't think Liverpool would go in for him next year if he's 30. They're gonna want him now to have a year so he can. I don't know. They probably want something else, man. They probably want something else. I don't know. I think it's fine for me that Thiago wants to leave. I think it's I don't know. It's fine. I'm not gonna cry over it, but I hope I wish him all the best. But the money has to be very correct. The money has to be muchas perfecto this time around, because if you're thinking about it, the quality that Thiago has is absolutely amazing. And everyone takes Fabrizio Romano. I respect Romano. He looks like a guy that works very hard for what he has, and I respect him. But he's not perfect. He doesn't get all the details. I'm sure his work is with agents, so he's gonna have a little bit of contact with Thiago's agents. Not just one guy. He's gonna have contact with Thiago's, social media guy and his PR team. He's gonna have contact with them, and they're gonna tell him, "Oh, Thiago wants to go to Liverpool." He's gonna have contact with lawyers, but the guy just says some useless updates. This Kai Havertz thing, he just says the same thing. Personal terms agreed, both clubs negotiating, and he's been saying that for the past 2 months. And I'm like, well, it's just useless sometimes. It's just useless. These updates aren't really updates. That's like slapping someone in the face. They turn the cheek, you slap them again. It's just a slap twice. You're just getting the same old slap. I don't know. I just think that these news stories are just getting repetitive and more repetitive. I'm happy with keeping Thiago a year. I think most Bayern fans are. He's already a club legend. Don't care what anyone tells me. What this guy does on the pitch is absolutely magical. I think. I know with Thiago, it's just it's not like he just does the simple things perfectly, right? But then he does these little sweet turns and just and he's passed through players, and you just wonder what how did he do that? You see it before. Like, I see what Thiago could do, but you never know exactly when he's gonna do it. He's the only player. Well, there's a few players in the world that can turn on pressure like him, but in our squad, apart from maybe Mikel Cousins, Kimmich doesn't really do that. Kimmich likes. Goretzka doesn't really turn on pressure. He likes to get the ball, turn around, and then go with the opposite. He's very direct, But a midfielder like Thiago, he's the middle. Midfield is so compact. I'm a midfielder. I try to emulate Thiago's game, and it's very hard. People don't understand how hard that Thiago turn is, because first of all, the awareness you have to have. You have to constantly look over your shoulders to make sure that you see where everyone is, and usually you want to do it where you see the space, but then they're pressing you from either side so that you could just turn, and that's it. He does it so effortlessly, and that's where I find it's beautiful to watch. It really is. So that's the one thing that I will miss from Thiago. It's just the ability to turn wherever he feels like it. He can just do these little sweet little flicks and just turn on pressure. I don't think Liverpool have that. That's why they're maybe looking for Thiago, because he'd just be their best ever midfielder. Of course, but he's gonna be their best midfielder right there in that squad. I don't care who. No, Thiago's on a different level, so that's why they probably want him, and he's gonna be cheap, 30 million. Pay the money or not, and we'll keep him for free. If Thiago leaves, only Owa is perfect replacement, but also Cousins can be even better than him. Well, Mikel Cousins, Thiago started his career at Bayern like an attacking number 8. I didn't like it. I never liked how he played, and I always thought this guy can't be playing so high. He's a tempo controller. He wants to get on the ball as much as possible. That's why he gets him and Kimmich. Well, Kimmich gets on the ball more than him, but him and Kimmich want to get on the ball. I think Kimmich as a midfielder is more complete than Thiago because of his goal scoring from midfield and his long shots, and Kimmich gets more assists just because Kimmich is just more of a... Thiago wants to control the tempo. Kimmich wants to control the tempo. But he also wants to get higher up the pitch if he feels like it. And that's why I think Kimmich and Goretzka would work so well and complement each other. Because Kimmich would bring just that assist and Goretzka would bring the goals. That's a great midfield, especially in a 4-2-3-1. And with Thiago, you just get technicality. Like, it's you just watch Thiago and you're like, man, that's fun. I wouldn't sit here and go, oh my God, I love seeing Jordan. I love to see Jordan Henderson. You don't love to see Henderson play. Maybe you don't love to see it. If Thiago makes a tackle, you're like, I love seeing him tackle. If Fabinho makes a tackle, you're like, it's just a tackle. Like, it's because it's Thiago and his technical. When he gets the ball, you're like, he's going to do something weird. And he always does. And that's the cool thing about him. I love that. Well, there's Ruben Neves. I don't really think we're going in for any midfielders. Last year, people called him lazy when he was probably just our best midfielder. Thiago carried us last year. If you see our midfield, we didn't even compact the lines like we do now with Hansi Flick. Niko Kovac was like, no, just do everything you want. He wanted to isolate our wingers and our fullbacks out wide so they could get crosses in, cross and all this. And, it made it hard for Thiago to control that tempo, but he did it so well. I remember this turn. Was it Freiburg we played? He did it and then wrapped his ball and then went to Kimmich. Ended up being a goal. That's what he can do. Maybe Van de Beek would be a good addition. No, I don't really care. I don't think we should spend any more big money. No, not in that CDM position. Because we have players that could complement us. I think Cousins will be very important next year. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Mikel Cousins is probably a better dribbler than Thiago. And I'm saying that with a straight face. This kid's dribbling is nuts. And his defensive ability is just what he needs to improve. Because if he can read the game and learn to just read the game and do all these things better, then you'll find Cousins to be a very adequate replacement for Thiago. Because he can... Passing range, I think he's probably... I don't know. I think we'll replace Thiago. I don't think we'll be that club. We've never been that club. Bastian Schweinsteiger left. Who's Bastian's replacement? We already... you have clubs like... clubs spend years... Barcelona are dusted after Messi leaves. They're dusted because either they're gonna need like maybe another 5 years to get themselves into that competition because they're not gonna win the Champions League in 2 seasons. No, they're not gonna win anything major. I don't even think they'll win La Liga next year. I just think we're not that club where we lose a player and we'd spend 10 years to replace them. But Philipp Lahm left. Kimmich came in, and that's it. You just have the adequate replacement there. And I think, for me, we have players all over the pitch that replaced their predecessors. Robin and Ribéry, world-class pairing, probably one of the best winger duo ever. Gnabry just replaced it, and with 8 million as well. Did Robin cost us more money than Serge Gnabry? Oh my God, no way. No way did Ian Robin cost us more money than Serge Gnabry. No way. No way. You're lying. You're lying. Oh, you're not lying. You're not lying. Well, Robin's at Groningen now, and that's always amazing. Well, Ian cost us 30 million. 27.5 million. I guess at the time he would have been our version of a Galactico, coming from Real Madrid. Yeah. Wow. Ian Robin cost us 27 million. Serge cost us less. Only Bayern could make that thing happen. Well, Ribéry... Galatasaray, how much did he cost us? Frank Ribéry, oh my God. Oh, he came from Marseille. He was a Galatasaray for a few months. Went to, oh my God. Ribéry and Robin costed in 2007 33 million. Guys, you know how crazy that is? The fact that we got Gnabry and Sané for less than we paid for Robin and Ribéry. We paid about $60 million combined, and we paid $60 million for Sané and Gnabry combined. That's funny. Yeah, that's funny because in the modern day, Sané cost significantly more, didn't he? Dang, that's crazy. I hope that's so funny too because that's hilarious. I mean, Goretzka was free, and Xabi Alonso, Xabi Alonso was 27 million or something like that. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's great business from Bayern. I didn't realize how much Ribéry cost, because I was thinking of maybe 20 million, because at the time he wouldn't have been that well known coming out from Marseille, Olympique du Marseille. But yeah, that's it. We need more. Did you watch the friendly with Salzburg? No, Liverpool's I didn't even know there was a friendly going on. We need a cam, and we are not linked with anyone. I think that's a little bit annoying. I read that Cousins would be Muller's backup next season. You know, that's so dumb. You know how dumb? Not you. You know that Mikel Cousins is literally the opposite of an attack. He can't score. he isn't Muller at all. He's not close to Muller. I don't think we should be playing Cousins that. He's a deep line playmaker that wants to actually defend. He looks like he's a very physical midfielder, and he wants to dribble and get out of pressure. He wants to try long passes. You know, because Cousins is literally a Thiago replacement. I don't think he's going to be an attacking midfielder. People don't know what an attacking midfielder should do. Score and assist, just as much as your striker. Muller scores and assists just as much as Lewandowski, and Lewandowski and assist more, of course. So no, we don't need no. Yeah, I'm sorry. We don't need I'm sorry. We absolutely don't need any other we need a replacement for Muller, not replacement. I would love João Felix. I know it's an extravagant signing, but we signed Lucas Hernandez from Atletico. Why not? João Felix, I wanted him. He is better than Kai Havertz. His maturity level is crazy. You know, he's scoring in big games too. So, you know, Chelsea got themselves the next Mario I'm playing. But yeah, I would love João Felix. He's absolutely on a new level, but he's gonna cost 100 million. Hey, but it could happen. It could happen. The guy came on versus Leipzig, ripped the show, and that's what you need. Nutmegging people. Muller doesn't necessarily nutmeg people, but what he does is he's annoying. He keeps the ball well. So does Felix. Like, you won't find João Felix. You know, his passing is good. The thing that I love about Muller, I kept saying it, and he actually did it in the finals. So coincidental. I said this guy will tackle just to keep the ball. And when Gnabry passed to him inside, he literally tackled, passed it to Kimmich, and that's how we got the goal from Kimmich's cross. That's what Muller does. I love players that keep the ball in the attacking third. Lewandowski keeps the ball so well. Sometimes he has 4 players around him, most times actually, because you know defenders want to make sure that the best goal scorer in the world doesn't score more goals against them. But you know what I love about Lewandowski, he just does a nice little la croqueta. People don't know how technical this guy is. In tight spaces, this guy could just make anything happen. He could, oh my goodness, Lewandowski's so cold. But he just makes one touch, bang. And then those always lead to a big opportunity because he draws players to him. And Sané will be the same way. I hope Leroy Sané doesn't, take players on every opportunity he gets. I want him to keep the ball in the final third very well. I want him to cross. That's why I can't stand Coman dribbling sometimes, because he dribbles in just a dead ends. He dribbles and concedes a corner. And people are like, oh, they did so well to get the corner. I'm like, well, that's not the goal. The goal is to score a goal. And a corner leads to a set piece where you could score because of defensive errors. But how often do you actually score from a corner compared to a good cross? So, it's just, I would love João Felix at Bayern. He would work. He would work. But the thing is, I don't think we would sign a player like that. Unless he was free. By the way, subscribe. We're almost at 3,800 subscribers. Almost at 4K. 4K before the end of the month. Share the videos. That'd be sick. I see everyone doing it. Absolutely, emphatically amazing. Champions of Europe. We are, My goodness. I mean, next year. I don't think anyone can stop us, really. Oh, my goodness. I wouldn't be surprised next year if we're in the final. Nah, because if you look at Real Madrid, Zidane, they're playing like crap. The only team that compares to Bayern, which makes sense why Thiago wants to go there, is Liverpool. In terms of just on the pitch, how modern and modernized they are. Liverpool play modern football. Except I think we're definitely better on the ball, in the midfield, in the attack. We have better ball players. I don't think Alaba tops Van Dijk in every single department when it comes to moving the ball into the final third. We have better line-breaking passers. We have a better goalkeeper in terms of playing out of the back and just in general, in my opinion. Alisson makes so many errors. Neuer can pass with any foot to anywhere across the pitch. I think that's, the difference between Bayern and Liverpool. And last year, so pissed the way we lost because I knew our squad, they're workhorses, Liverpool. They need technical players. That's why they want Thiago. They're workhorses. And I like it because it's the modern way, but you also need the technicality. I love the fact that our players they're starting to say our players are on the roids, man. What? That's crazy. Goretzka been working on these muscles. He got injured and he kept working and bench pressing, doing all these things, and they're trying to tell me he was taking roids because that's so weird. People are so stupid. Love Bayern versus Liverpool final and they have Thiago. Well, I'd love to see that. We'd win. I think we'd win. I always said it. We'd win. Even when when Liverpool got knocked out by Atletico, I said the only team that could have stopped Bayern from winning this Champions League was Liverpool because of their physicality. They would match us for physicality, and they would have a very direct style of play. And then they went out, and I started saying Bayern will win the Champions League, and people were like, what? And then, we won it. People were like, George, stop jinxing us. Wow, did I jinx us to a Champions League victory? Because I certainly did. Because I was the one that said we do this. You did and I did. Haaland is overrated. No. What are you talking about? Erling Haaland's good. I wouldn't want him at Bayern though. He needs. Haaland has a good first touch. Don't compare that kid to Lukaku, man. Well, Haaland is definitely not overrated. Absolutely not. Look, so you're trying to tell me Haaland's first touch is like Lukaku? No, man. So according to, I'm reading it now, Dominic Szoboszlai, we all want him. I wouldn't mind him. He says he would like to have another UCL journey here. So he wants to stay at Salzburg. So he wouldn't happen. And Rummenigge also did mention that Thiago hasn't gotten any cheaper. So, yeah, I like it. Look, this is our board. We're the same board that sold Hummels to Dortmund. 31-year-old Hummels back to his club for almost the exact same amount of money we spent for him. Okay, it was 10 million less, but we bought him. I don't know. Yeah, don't compare Haaland to Lukaku, please, because Haaland's on a different level. He's a different breed. This kid actually scores. He has 6 assists. Well, he has 3 assists in the Bundesliga. 13 goals in 15. He has literally 16 goal contributions in 15 games for Dortmund. 3 assists. He can actually hold the ball. Don't compare Haaland to Lukaku. Don't. He's scoring against PSG. Lukaku can't. Haaland's a really good player. Don't compare him to Lukaku. Upa has a release clause. Well, I don't. People are saying he has a. I don't think he'll kick in next year. Okay. So what would RB Leipzig gain? I don't know. I don't. Do we need a center back? Well, I think if Boateng leaves, then yes, because Boateng, that's this logic people get lost into. Didn't Hansi just said it, and Christian Falk said in an interview that Leroy Sané had accepted the fact that he won't be playing regularly like that because of the fact that we have such a congested schedule. We're going to need depth going into this next season because there's the Euros. No one realizes the Champions League final will be in like April, right? I just need to Champions League. What? Wow! I just said that like we'd be in it. Well, I'm trying to figure it out. 2021. It's still in May. That's even crazier. That just means things will get more congested because you think they'd move the final more to. No, it's in May. May 29th in Turkey next year. The Champions League 2021 final is there, and I don't think PSG will be in the final next year. I don't think they'll. I don't see him in the final. But what I do think is, if we're getting to the knockout stages, which we should, and let's say we get to the semifinals and that's where we end our journey, That's a lot of damn games. You know how? And then you have DFB Pokal games. And then guess what? We have the Super Cup in September, which there will be 30% of the stadium fans in. So at least we can get some fans in the stadiums. 30% of the fans in there. I think, is it in Azerbaijan or something? I don't know. I don't care. So the UEFA Super Cup versus Sevilla. Can't wait for that. Next month, around the same day, literally 30 days from now. And then you have the Club World Cup tournament, which you still need. What, we're going to play our young... No. Which means we'll probably have to forfeit a Bundesliga game or something. Or forfeit a Pokal game. You know how many... The schedule doesn't get easier than this. It doesn't get easier. If you want to win the Club World Cup, which I'm sure Bayern want to win everything, then we need... That's it. That's literally what we can... And then you have international tournaments. If Kimmich's going to German duty with Goretzka, Niklas Zula, and they all get tired or they get an injury, we're gonna get a lot more injuries than we ever had in our freaking history because of the congestion of schedule right now. With the Club World Cup, Super Cup, all these tournaments coming through. We need to have depth. And I don't mind everyone saying we need players. I don't mind that because we do. Maybe not in midfield, even if Thiago leaves, maybe not there. But certainly we need players in the attack. We certainly need a backup right back. So the news stories are going to start coming out. Oh my goodness, I actually have class in 9 minutes. Well, I can quickly get through this. Well, thank you everyone that tuned in today. Sextuple is easier to say. Well, I'm sure we want to win everything. What about Coutinho? No, he's gone. He's at Barcelona now. He's not a Bayern player anymore. Coutinho, his contract at Bayern expired yesterday. So yeah, he's back. He's going to Barca. He's not at Bayern anymore. Coutinho is gone. Well, actually, yesterday they were at the Allianz taking pictures. Pretty much loving. I said it. I wouldn't mind Coutinho. I mean, if Coutinho stays, then Thiago would definitely stay because he's his friend. And another thing, Thiago might want to go to Liverpool. He's with other Brazilians. Thiago really is more Brazilian than Spanish. He speaks Portuguese, just Brazilian Portuguese. He grew up in Brazil, and then he really just established himself in Spain. He's a Brazilian. He plays like a Brazilian. He has the skills of a Brazilian. So playing with Fabinho, Alisson, Firmino, that's nothing new for him. So he's going where there's more Brazilians. I'm sure the likes of Rafinha were keeping him cool. He's probably just having fun with them. And then there's no Rafinha. We brought Coutinho in, and he was probably just like, that's nice. And he said it at some point that he'd love for Phil Coutinho to stay, but we couldn't make that happen. So maybe that's another reason. So yeah, I don't think it shouldn't come as a surprise. So we should definitely see some action for Bayern in the next 2 weeks because I think this week we should sign someone. We will have a backup right back or something. I don't know. Because if you think about it, the amount of games we'll have, oh my goodness, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. The final was boring. What the hell are you talking? That was probably the most interesting everyone thinks that. Boateng is a Bayern legend. Yeah, I mean, dude, is Boateng going to stay? Look, I think Bayern aren't going to... Yeah, we're still in a rebuild. It's crazy because we just won the Champions League, but we're still in a rebuild. Oh, it looks like this Sa guy is going to Chelsea. I mean, look, I don't care if Chelsea had billions stocked up. This pandemic is the worst. It's literally a football depression, and the two champions of Europe, Bayern and Liverpool, aren't spending money like this. So we should be getting Max Aarons. Can't wait for him. Nahus would be a good squad player. I don't want squad players. I want players that could be better. Wow, Dortmund just posted a picture of Sané, and it said dynamic duo in the making. So Sancho is definitely... you know what? If you're a Dortmund fan and your club has pretty much convinced you that Sancho is staying and then he leaves, you're going to feel very hard done by. So Harry Maguire handed a suspended prison sentence of 21 months and 10 days after being found... Wait, is he in prison? Wait, Maguire is in prison? That's funny. Oh, he's actually going to prison? Wait, 21 months? Oh, it's suspended. Oh, they removed his prison time? Oh, just because he's a celebrity. Piece of crap. I'm sure they don't know who he is in Greece. Probably like, who's this 80 million signing with millions of dollars? Alright, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see. By the way, leave a like on the video. He will pay bail. That sucks. I wanted him in jail. It would be so hilarious to 80 million in jail. Is it possible for us to get Dembele? I'm sure you mean not Usman Dembele, unless you just want 50 injuries per day. This guy he literally got injured, came back 2 days later, got another long-term injury. He's injury prone. He's broken. His body's gone. Unless you mean Moussa Dembele, the guy at Lyon, then I'd take him. Leave a like on the video. Mia san mia in peace. We're talking about transfers. Of course, we're talking about transfers. Thiago mainly. Gnabry Sancho. I'll let everyone answer that. Dembele is Gutsa 2.0. I mean, Barca paid 100 and some. I don't care. I'm gonna go to class now. 4 minutes actually. I'm just gonna pull up like nothing happened.